origami for inspiration for all types of applications, from medical devices to space applications, and even stopping bullets. But why is it that this ancient art of paper folding is so useful for modern engineering? Origami, literally folding paper, dates back at least 400 years in Japan, but the number of designs was limited.
There were only a handful of patterns, maybe 100, 200 total in Japan. Nowadays, there are tens of thousands that have been documented, and most of that change happened in the 20th century. There were a handful of Japanese origami masters, and by far the most successful of them was a man named Akira Yoshizawa, who created thousands of new designs, wrote many, many books of his works, and his work inspired a worldwide renaissance of origami creativity.
Why is origami this thing that was created for aesthetics mainly? Why is it so useful, I guess, is the question. For like, you know, structural things that were for mechanical engineering or for space applications, like, why does it find itself in so many of these applications? Why is it so useful?
Well, the thing that makes origami useful is it is a way of transforming a flat sheet into some other shape with relatively little processing.
Does that turn into that?
That turns into that, yep. We're working with a company called Intuitive Surgical that does the Da Vinci surgical robot, where they wanted to be able to insert a flexible catheter with the robot, but the flexible catheters tend to buckle and stuff. So we had developed these origami bellows that if you look down there, there's a hole that no matter how far we move this, that stays the same size on the inside. And what that means is we can put the catheter in there, and as the catheter moves and is getting inserted into the body, it still has supports along the way.
Or for another example, here I have a foldable, bulletproof, collapsible wall. It's based on the Yoshimura crease pattern.
Meaning, if I make this out of a bulletproof material, it can be very compact, be in a police officer's car, and deploy out and be bulletproof.
But would it actually work? Well, they've put it to the test.
This is the world's smallest origami flapping bird.
That sounds cool.
This one was devoted to developing techniques to make microscopic self-folding origami. And what you see here is a microscope photo of the finished bird, but what the bird actually looks like, well,
I'll need my macro lens, maybe.
you'll probably need not just your macro lens, you'll need your microscope. Because it's smaller than a grain of salt. Now, you might ask yourself, what would anyone ever use a microscopic flapping bird for? And the answer is, well, nothing for a flapping bird. But there are medical devices, medical applications, implants that are microscopic, where you might want a little machine.
This is a nanoinjector, used in gene therapy to deliver DNA to cells. It's only 4 micrometers thick. So 400 of them can fit onto a 1 centimeter wide computer chip. So origami is useful in engineering because it provides a method of taking a flat sheet of material and forming it into virtually any shape by folding. Or if the end product is flat, origami offers a way to reduce its dimensions while still deploying easily. The simple act of folding can increase rigidity. Or origami can take advantage of the flexibility of materials to create specific motions. And its principles are scalable, enabling the miniaturization of devices. Perhaps most of all, origami allows engineers to piggyback on the bright ideas people have had over the centuries while experimenting with folding paper. But translating these ideas into practical solutions requires a lot of math, modeling, and experimentation.